be taking you from Bangalore all the way to Velankanni, and this time we are going to be traveling by public transport. So there are going to be two legs to this journey. So the first set is going to be by train, that is Bangalore to Tanjavur, and the second set is going to be by either cab or by tempo traveler. If you're one of those guys who are planning to go to Tanjavur and this is your first time and you're not sure about how travel works, don't worry, I've got you covered. Right now I'm at the Bangalore Cantonment station, where the train is yet to arrive. The train leaves Bangalore at about 7 p.m. in the night. The train ticket is about 150 up to 200 rupees for the general class. It's about 400 rupees for sleeper class, and then as it goes higher, that's the AC, it goes up to 1000 rupees. So it's about 5 a.m. right now, and we reached Tanjavur as scheduled. There wasn't any delays. I mean, when we boarded the train in Cantonment railway station in Bangalore, there was a delay of about 30 minutes. But somehow they made up for it and we reached here on time. So we're going to exit the railway station at the moment, and then we're going to check if there are taxis or cabs or TTs outside. So let's go and see what we're going to find. Beers and not beers, food. Where we are going? So as soon as you come out of the railway station, you have a lot of auto drivers, you have a lot of cabs, and you got buses as well. So they charge you about 3,500 rupees per cab. If you want to take an auto, they charge you about 2,000, or there are buses as well. So you can go check out whatever is feasible for you guys and bargain, and they should get you to Velankanni. I would prefer a car because they're going to take you directly to the hotel. So now we booked a taxi and we are now headed to our hotel. So I think we paid about 3,000 rupees. So for now we're good, we're sorted without any issues. Let's get going. So the first leg of the journey is over, train is done. The second leg to get from Tanjavur to Velankanni by car. So as you've seen, there are various methods of public transportation. So if you want to take a train costs you about 400 rupees, and then the cab from Tanjavur to Velankanni will cost you about 500 rupees a piece. If you don't want the hassles of changing transportation, just take a direct bus all the way from Bangalore to Velankanni and you should be good. So either ways, it works out in a budget. Alright, so we just reached into the hotel. The best thing about the hotel is this beautiful view. So you got the entire bay to yourself. So here are all the fishing boats who usually go out in the morning fishing, and then you got the Velankanni sea. You got the Velankanni beach right in front of you. So here's the hotel for you guys. This is a triple sharing bed. It's really clean. I mean, it's really modern as well. So you got AC, you got the rooms, you got cabinets, you got the TV, and as I said, the best thing, the reason I booked this room is the view, guys. So alright guys, so our Velankanni tour begins right here in the middle of Velankanni. So this is the entrance to Velankanni. All buses, cars, whatever it is has to pass this way, and from here is where you find all of the places. So the first place that we're going to visit is obviously the church. So there are many churches in here. So So you got the new church. So you got the new church just right over here. The old church is a little far away from here, and then we have the Morning Star Church. So for now we're gonna go check out the new church. When I say new church, is not the newest church, it's the second newest church. And due to COVID restrictions, we aren't allowed to go inside, but I'm gonna try my best to cover as much as I can. And as you can see, there are a lot of shops here. And when you come here in the morning, you'll find a lot of breakfast vendors. So if you're looking for very good breakfast, you know, like dosas and appams and idlis, just drop in here. For now, let's go check out the church. Let's see how far we can go in. Okay, so just outside the church, they've got a small museum here. So as I said, this is a holy place, right? So a lot of people come here and offer a lot of things. So anything that you offer basically goes out here. Precious articles, it goes out here, and this is like a mini museum. So there's a mini museum here which you can visit. I'm not sure if it is open right now, but this is one of the places you can visit. If you want to offer something, this is the offering center. It's basically the church center. So you can come here and pick up your offerings, basic offerings such as candles and oil, and if you want to donate money, you can do that as well. And here is the church itself, guys. Alright, so there's no way of getting into the church. So if you come here on a Friday, a Saturday or a Sunday, there's no way you're gonna get in. You can just visit the gate, say your prayers, look at the church from the outside, and that's about it. So this is the church, and either ways they don't allow to record inside the church, so there's no point going inside. This is the exterior of the church. It's the second old church. The oldest church is down the road. Alright guys, so this is another portion of the church, and for those who don't know the story of the church, this is what it is. You see a pole in the middle, the brown pole. So basically the story is there was once a sailor who got lost, and he basically prayed and he said, you take me to land, and wherever I land, I'm gonna build you a temple or a church. So basically this is the place that he landed, and the brown pole that you see is the original mast from the ship that landed here. So this is quite an old church. Alright guys, so this is the back end of the church. So usually there's a feast that happens once in a year, so this is where all the pilgrims come, and usually it's a lot of crowd, but as of now it's completely empty. But usually when the feast happens, there are thousands of people, literally thousands of people who come here. And this is the church from the side, and this here guys is the back entrance. It actually looks more like the main entrance, but this is the back entrance, and you gotta be here to believe it. It's just magnificent, guys. It's, I don't know how they keep it this neat, but it's white, spotless white. And because of COVID, it's empty at the moment, but usually it's crowded, and on the feast days you can't even step inside. That's how it is. So this is the main church that usually everyone visits, and then just behind this church you have two more churches in here. So there's one church here, and then there's one church over there. So basically we have four churches in here. So there's the main one, there are two on either sides, and just opposite there's another church. That's actually the old church. And as you can see guys, there is a path in here, a path made out of sand, beach sand, and it goes all the way up to, I would say, easily 200-300 meters. It's a long path, and towards the end of this path is the old church. Okay, so this path, as you can see, there are a lot of people kneeling in here, right? So usually people offer prayers, and either it gets fulfilled or even before the prayer is done, as a sign of as a sign of offering, they actually kneel the entire path. So they kneel almost about 200-300 meters all the way towards the end, either as an offering or thanks for something that they received. We are now towards the end of the 200-250 long sand pit that is there, which I spoke about earlier. And as you can see, this is actually the old church. So they say this church is as old as the 16th century. I mean, there are no exact facts, but that's what it says. So this is a really old church. Of course, it's been slightly modified by the people who took over, but then this church is really old. So this is the old church, and the one that I showed you earlier is like the second old church. That is old as well. So a lot of pilgrims come here. There are a lot of offering places. You can pick up offerings that you want from here. Usually when you come here in the evening or when the season is on, when there's non-COVID, it's usually crowded. Now since there's COVID, it's slightly, the crowd is actually slightly low. So in case you guys want to come here, as I said, right now due to COVID, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, there's no point in coming because it's closed. But so you can come here during the weekdays, but if you decide to come here later on, it's fine. You can come here anytime. Try avoiding the weekends if you're not a crowd person. So this, guys, is the actual church. Alright guys, so this is the latest church in Velankanni. It's called the Morning Star Church. It was built somewhere around the year 2012 or 2013. A total of about, it is said that about 10,000 people can actually sit inside for mass, and up to 40,000 people can actually attend mass. So this is the latest church. It's called the Morning Star Church. It's about maybe about 200 meters away from the main church. So all of these churches that you're seeing in here it's the largest Christ statue in Asia, stands at about 75 feet. So all of these churches and this Christ statue that I'm talking about are all nearby. I mean, it's hot in the afternoon, but if you can cover them in the evening or in the morning, it isn't much of an issue. So one day is good enough to cover all of these places, so you can plan accordingly and you can come here. So look at this statue, guys. It's beautiful. Alright guys, so we're done with the church, and we're now gonna go off to the beach. Just for reference, the beach is just opposite to the church itself. So just walk down about 100 meters down the road and you find the beach. And as far as rooms go, if you're looking for a budget place, like, you know, a small hotel or maybe a lodge, you find a lot of lodges in this road itself. If you're looking for a bigger property like a resort or maybe a 3 or a 4-star hotel, you'll have to take it just before the church, that is on the main road itself. And here's the beach, guys. Just about 100 meters from the church, you got this beach in here. So it's a huge coastline. You've got like a lot of space to play. So usually it's pretty crowded where you enter the beach, but if you want like a peaceful place to play, just come towards your left, and as you keep coming towards the left, the crowd gets lower and lower. The beach isn't too deep, so it's fine, it's pretty safe. But the point to note is you don't have lifeguards or anything in here, so there's no security or lifeguard in here. So just be careful, don't go too deep.